Hello. I haven't talked to you guys in a very long time. Like I always do. I kind of come and then I go, and I know I do this a lot. And there's cookies right there, but I didn't get a chance to film yesterday. I was supposed to. I had said I was. It ended up thunderstorming outside and it was horrible. So today I just figured, why not just film, off my MacBook and stop being lazy and just do it. I want to talk about something that I get a lot of questions about, and it's about love. And I have kind of decided that I'm not really going to do a lot of makeup tutorials more because I like to talk about life and give people advice. That is my favorite thing to do, and that's what I usually get the most. I get messages from people about asking me, can I help them with their relationships or something in that sort of line. So today I'm going to talk about love, and before I even get started, it's going to be pretty intense, kind of my opinion, I guess, and so in that matter, whatever I say is my opinion. You don't have to completely agree with me. You're allowed to disagree, have your own opinion. And if you feel like you don't want to, listen to me ramble about my opinion on love and what love really means, then you're welcome to just turn this video off and go. But if you want to stick around, I'm not going to be really long. I'm just going to talk about the value and all that of love and what love really means in my eyes. What I tell everybody out there kind of when they come to me about relationship advice. So nothing I say has to, you have to agree with. Don't judge me for what I'm saying. I'm just saying how I feel. And this is my personal opinion of love. And from my experiences, especially what I've learned. So sit back, like seriously, and just relax for a minute. Get your mind clear. Don't have any grudges with someone. Like just kind of keep your mind clear of things and don't think about anything for a second. There's really no definition for love, to be honest, in my eyes, because love is a part of everything in our lives. Love has been carried out so much. People throw the word I love you out so easily, like it's a volleyball or something. Like they just toss it around like, hey, I love you, and it's not that. I love you carries a very, very strong meaning. A very strong meaning. Let me kind of talk about my experiences to help you guys figure it out. In my opinion, I don't think you should fall in love with anyone until you're married. And I know that sounds kind of bizarre, but why fall in love when you can fall in love with the person that you marry? Like, in my heart, I believe that there's somebody out there that God had made for me when I was born, like my soulmate. Somewhere's out there. I don't know how old he is. I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how fat he is. I don't know if he's skinny. I don't know if he's got problems, or I don't know anything. I might have to help him deal with his issues. I might have to be that lady, the strong backbone in his life. Whatever it is, that's who I'm meant to be. That's my soulmate. And for me, it's like there were plenty of times I was in a relationship where I thought that I was in love with someone. And then you go on, you break up, and then you kind of realize like you moved on. I've learned so much from past relationships that love is way more of a bigger meaning than just you can love someone, but you can't be in love with someone. Being in love and love is two different things to me. And some people you don't think that, and that's fine. To me, loving someone is just really caring about them a lot, immensely. You care about them, you'd be there for them. That's you love the person, but you're not in love with them. When you're in love with someone, you cannot live without them. And there are instances that people think that they can't live without people, especially after you break up with someone. You're like, oh my God, I can't live without this guy, or I can't live without this girl. I need her in my life. I need him in my life. That's not true. That's just because you just broke up with someone. But as time goes on, and they say time heals things, as time goes on, you start to realize that you really weren't in love because you've moved on. And that's why it's like, why go through those relationships all like keep going through it over and over again thinking you're looking for love when you can just know, like, when it comes to that point where you get engaged or you get like, you just know that person. I feel like when the opposite sex, especially this is kind of for guys, when a guy proposes to a girl, that kind of should be a click in a girl's mind. Like if you've been dating a guy for a very long time, or even if you didn't, it doesn't even matter if it's long or not, but he just is mature and he's got, everything solid for him, and he just proposes. That shows a lot about the guy. That could be your soulmate. Who knows? Because nowadays, nobody is down to get married. And that's the biggest problem. Everybody kind of is just enjoying their lives. And my biggest concern is for the generations to come, the love is just going to get worse because everybody's falling in love, they quote unquote think, and then they're ruining their lives by emotionally like destroying themselves, being depressed, putting themselves in these mind games, and that's so wrong because as generations, like I said, it's just going to get worse. People are going to keep going into relationships earlier. Like high school is not even early anymore. It's like middle school, elementary school, kids are dating, and then they're messing up, you know, their whole lives ahead of them by getting mentally effed. Let's just say that. Like, you know, they're having all this insecurity built in, these fears, these struggles at such a young age, which carry on as you get older. And when you try to find somebody, it just makes you, you know, those problems just get worse. And that's why it's like this generation and generations to come, and this world we live in right now, I feel like it's just so mentally effed up with all these kind of mental issues because of all the relationships and all the things we put ourselves into when we could just be smart, wise, control ourselves, because that's the biggest thing. And just wait till you find, you know, wait till you get older. To all those young kids out there, wait till you get like 24, 23. Unless you really do find somebody at a young age, then you should talk to them right away about marriage. Like, you know, I know that some guys freak out, and some girls do too. I won't lie. Like, you know, girls freak out too when you want to talk about marriage and stuff. But that thing, you should never date somebody unless you think you can marry them. That's the number one thing. Don't date someone if you think it's just for fun. Date someone if you think they potentially can have marriage forever. And right when you get into something, you should talk about someone about that. If this lasts a long time, are you willing to marry me? Are we willing to go down that line? But do that when you're like, get into a relationship, like a serious one like that, when you're 21, maybe 22, if you feel like it. It all depends on where you are in life. So I'm not saying do it. It depends on where you are in life. If you've got a job at 20 and you're settled and, you know, you live on your own and you feel like, you know, I'm ready to get married, then go out. But don't put yourself out there where you're vulnerable. Don't be needy and all that. Just, you know, if somebody comes your way and is a smart person and knows they want a relationship and they want marriage, then pursue it. But never, ever, ever, please don't ever just get caught up in the moment. And that's the truth. Because it's life, and life isn't fair. People break up. They date for years and years, and people break up. And the biggest challenge is moving on and trying to take whatever came your way and just move on. So I've done it. I've dated, you know, someone for a very long time, and things don't end up the right way, and you end up having to break up. And the biggest question people always ask me is, how did you move on? Like, how the hell did I just move on from dating someone for so long? Well, there's a lot of reasons, because you think, like, you always want to leave positive. You always want to think that this was it. Maybe it didn't work out. There's a reason this happened. People come and go in our lives for a reason. You know, there are reasons new people come in, and there's reasons people come out. And the biggest thing is you got to learn from what that experience gave you. And I've learned that it means I've become stronger, very strong, as in I can attach myself and detach myself just like that. Because there's no need for me to sit there and cry and dig this hole in. And I see so many girls do that and all that. And I don't see guys do this that much, but I do see guys that, you know, are a little more emotional. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad. But the guys that are a little more emotional, they tend to have this problem where they can't let go of the girl. And it's just like, I say this to guys and girls, no matter how attached you are to someone, as humans, we get attached just like that. Within a week of talking to somebody, we can get attached. So it's not that difficult to detach. Well, it's easier to attach yourself than detach someone, but the way I moved on is I rather than just sitting there and digging my hole and self-inflicting that pain. A lot of the time we self-inflict pain. We'll play sad music and we'll sit there and think about the situation and what happened, and we think, why me? Why this? Why that? But why are you asking yourself these questions? You're just going to go in a circle and frustrate yourself when you could just be smart, occupy yourself and just know that if it is meant to be, it will come back. And that's the truth. If a relationship is meant to be, it may come back. And then you may try it again, and it may not work again. And then that should be your cue that maybe it's just not meant to be. But don't mentally drive yourself insane. And I see so many people do this, and I just want to, like, it pisses me off, to be frank. I get very annoyed that people do that, because never make somebody else your everything unless he is or she is your wife or husband. What's the point? That's all I'm going to ask you. Like, what is the point? So love is a very intense thing, and you don't just throw it out like that. People are confused all the time. They think they're in love when they're really not. And that's why I just say, wait till it's time for you to get married, and then, I'm not saying don't date. In my opinion, I just feel like, you can talk to people, get to know people, become friendly with people, but always have your guard up and always know that a situation, what's the point of going into something unless that person's ready for marriage just as much as you are? You have to talk about that. And if a guy or a girl gets scared when you bring up marriage, then that just shows what kind of person they are, right? You know what I mean? So what's the point then? That should be your cue, like, all right, no point in me continuing our conversation, us talking. We can just maybe be friends, but not a potential person to get serious with. And then you keep going on with life. So that is my opinion on love. Maybe I become a little harder when it comes to love, like, to myself, because I've been in a few relationships, like I said, that I thought I was in love, and you come out thinking, like, what an idiot I was, and then you start thinking you're a real idiot. Instead of doing that, you just gotta be smart. Don't be an idiot the next time. So yeah, from now on, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of more advice videos. I might just not be lazy anymore and just record on my MacBook. That way it's easier and I can talk way more. Message me. I deleted my Tumblr because I kind of just trying to sober down a little bit. And so just Instagram me, messages, whatever you want. And definitely Facebook message me. And I still have my Twitter. So if you ever need advice, let me know. I will help you. I am a fashionista, so, like, I love fashion. So don't worry, I'm not, like, giving up my fashion as passion, passion or whatever. That's not going to go away ever. So don't worry, I'll still be doing, like, hauls or some sort of things like that. But I just wanted you guys to know that love is hard. And don't think that it's such an easy thing. I would suggest just waiting till you've found the right person rather than just putting yourself out there so many times and hurting yourself and causing all these mental issues within yourself. It's just going to make you go crazy and become a mentally depressed person. And I don't want that for anyone, especially the people that are younger out there. You guys, there's no need for you to put yourself in that position. I know that hormones are raging and you want to start dating people, but just be smart about it, because there's no point. Just wait. Some people are lucky, though. High five to those that are high school sweethearts and get married. You guys are amazing. I swear to God. Go through thick and thin just like that. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.